short little walk to the site of Agatha Christie's childhood home, Ashfield. And on the way I'm going to be passing the church she was baptised in, All Saints, where she was baptised in 1890. It's a very nice little walk you can do in about an hour's time. So if you're on holiday in Torquay and you've got an hour to spare, then that's a nice little bit of extra sightseeing to fit in. First stop, All Saints Church, which is just a 2-minute walk for me. There we are. That was just a 2-minute walk for me. All Saints Church here. It's actually a very large church. Okay. The church is normally locked, but if you wanted to go in, you could always join their service, and inside you'll actually see the actual font that Agatha was baptised in. Here we are. A nice red phone box at the end there, looking very English. Beautiful big trees here. I think they're plane trees. Let's kind of come round to have a look at the front of the church here. Okay, next stop, Ashfield, or the site of Ashfield, Agatha Christie's childhood home, which should take me about 15-20 minutes max from here. Okay, I'm walking down Bridge Road at the moment. I'm coming to the bridge here. Which must be what the road is named after, this bridge here, and get a very nice view of All Saints Church from here. You can really appreciate how large it is from here. Okay, very nice view. On this stretch you've got a lot of really nice big Victorian villas and old trees. So I always think that this part of Torquay must look very similar to when Agatha Christie was a child, because I'm thinking that these big villas must be at least predating 1890, when Agatha Christie was born. More big Victorian villas here, and some very tall palm trees on the other side of the road there. I've reached Newton Road, which is quite a busy road I have to cross, and just one point of interest down here is what's now a B&B called Heathcliff House. Apparently that was a vicarage in the old days that Agatha Christie used to visit. We'll be crossing this road and then going up a steep hill up Barton Road, which is the road Ashfield was on. I'm making my way up Barton Road at the moment, and I'm halfway through Agatha Christie's autobiography at the moment, and I remember at one point she's remembering how she was thinking about the plot to her first novel, The Mysterious Affair at Styles, whilst walking up the Barton Road. So here I am, walking in literally in Agatha Christie's footsteps, where she was thinking up the plot for her first novel. I'm going to take a little detour right here down Oak Hill Road. There's a point of interest down here, which is a plaque marking the site of Eden Philpott's big villa. You can see the big villas have now been replaced by a lot of smaller modern houses. But yeah, he was, I've not read any of his books, but apparently he was quite a famous author in his day especially, and he was Agatha Christie's neighbour. And in the autobiography, she tells how she asked his advice on her first efforts as a writer. Actually, we're nearly there. You can see the blue plaque on that wall further down. There's quite a magnificent magnolia tree here. I believe that was a tree that originally stood in Eden Philpott's garden that they've managed to retain. There you can see the blue plaque in the distance there. Well, not very far distance, just in that little wall there. There we go, there's the plaque. There's the view of the bay now, sort of halfway up Barton Road. As I understand it, the wall here, the corner that you can see here, the old stone wall, that, as I understand it, is the bottom corner of Ashfield's garden. You've got to be walking past some bungalows that must be sort of standing in Agatha Christie's former garden, and then up to, you can see this block of flats there in the distance. When we get to those, that's where the plaque is. There we are, coming up to the plaque now. But yeah, sadly nothing at all whatsoever left of Ashfield. What you can appreciate though is the view, that apart from this changing sort of skyline of the buildings, I guess the view of the bay would still, you can sort of appreciate what Agatha Christie would have seen walking up and down Barton Hill. And there are lots of big Victorian villas still in Torquay that'll give you some idea of what these glorious villas were really like. But it is sad that Ashfield has been demolished, I think. Especially when you read Agatha Christie's autobiography and see how much the place meant to her. I don't know if you can see on the video, but you can certainly see the sea in the distance there. You see the stone with the plaque there. And another small point of interest. I remember reading that Agatha Christie based Crow's Nest, I think the house is called, in 3-act tragedy on one of the bungalows on the opposite side of the road to Ashfield. And well, I don't know exactly which one it is, but I like to think it's that one there, because if you can see, there's a sort of tower structure, an old tower structure in the garden there. Without giving anything away of the plot, at the end of the book Crow's Nest, there is a sort of a tower structure in the garden of the modern building Crow's Nest that features. So I always like to think that might be the bungalow that Agatha Christie based Crow's Nest on. So I'm walking back down Barton Road now. You probably can't see it so well in the video, but when you're here in real life you do get quite a good view of the bay. You can see across to Brixham there on the other side, and the really steep cliffs over at Brixham at Barry Head. And I've made this little map for my guests to borrow. It's got the route I've been taking and pointing out a few bits to look out for on the route there.